Crystal Wick here with Art Beats Cafe and Cynthia. We're going to take a sip of some Java here. Cynthia, come on. We've got a lot of talking to do. We have some really fun things to share with you, do we not?
Yes.
Yes, this is so exciting. So we're going to jump right in and share these wonderful things with you guys. Our chords.
Yes, all about chords today.
Very popular, very exciting. Fill us in.
Okay, well, let's start with on the right then. It's the ragtail.
The rat tail, very popular.
Very popular, really good for kumihimo.
Ah.
It's a really nice chord. It's nylon, really easy to do kumihimo with. And we have different sizes, and I really want to show how the size makes a huge difference when you do the kumihimo.
Oh, that's good, because for some people that haven't done a lot of kumihimo, they're not really sure until you do a few of them how that affects it. So
exactly,
that's a great point.
So this is the 1.5 millimeters, and you see how it's pretty small and pretty tight together.
Yeah.
And this is the 2 millimeters, and it's pretty large, and you see more the design of it.
Oh, I see. That's good.
And then it's very easy to just put a pendant on it.
Sure, and it's interesting to notice too how much thicker the 1.5 to the 2 is, because that's quite a bit thicker.
Yes, it is. It is. Then we have here silk. So it's 100% natural silk.
Okay.
Silk is usually used for knotting pearls.
Okay.
And you can play with it. You can play with the colors. A lot of people will match the colors of the silk with the pearl.
Yes.
But here I play with it, and I put black silk with white.
That's
pearls.
nice. They frame the pearls. The black frames the
Yes.
pearls, so it's that little pop. That
Yes.
also ties in with the clasp that you put on there, which is gorgeous too.
Oh, thanks.
Oh.
And it's really nice, a really nice cord also for the wrap bracelet.
Sure.
Especially if you are a beginner, this is a really nice cord to use. Okay, and now we have here the Korean wax cord. So it's a cord inside, nylon cord, and there is a wax on the outside. And I love it also for some Shambhala bracelets because it melts very well.
Oh, it melts well, and also it's really thin, so you can fit through some of those beads that are tricky, right?
Yes, exactly. Very smooth also.
Great.
So let's go to that side now. And here is the Chinese cord. And the Chinese cord is getting more and more popular. And here Sherry made a beautiful knotting bracelet.
That's gorgeous. The colors are gorgeous too
Yes.
on that. And this is similar to the parachute type cord jewelry that they've got going right now. That's very, very hot.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty similar, yes. And she used a 2 millimeters cord. Then you have a 1.5, and Devin made this really neat main bracelet with that
Nice.
cord. It's a very strong cord, and Devin tend to break everything, so I recommend this one for them. And then there is also a 1 millimeter cord that you can use for Shambhala too. And all of these, they melt very well also when you need
Oh,
to finish by burning
That's
them.
great, especially with the Shambhala when you have to burn up those little edges. That
Yes.
works with that. Oh, that's great, Cynthia.
And then to finish, we have the S-Lone bead cord. This is nylon also. And you can do kumihimo with it, but it's really stiff.
Ah, okay.
So it is possible. I like also mixing colors. It's pretty neat. But what I like to use with is when you use kumihimo and beads.
Oh, look
And
at that.
yeah, so when you finish the bracelet, you don't really see the cord, but you need a cord that is strong enough and thin enough to put your beads on. And this works really well for that.
Great. That's good to know, because I always wondered when you're going to add your beads, if they're the thicker cord, sometimes you can't get the cord through. So
Yes.
how do you do your kumihimo with beads?
Yes.
Ooh, excellent. Oh, Cynthia, these are all great. Oh my goodness. So many things to choose from. I think that's where people get a little confused. Which goes with what project that you're starting, and what goes with which beads, and your different types of, I don't know. That's really nice. These are really great.
Oh, thanks.
Thanks for sharing.
You're welcome.
Cynthia, it's time for Crystal Wicks Picks, where I get to share some of my favorite things with you guys. This is always a favorite time for me. We have last minute gift ideas. I mean, if you're all in the same boat as I am, something crops up at the last minute and you don't have a gift for somebody. So I thought I'm going to come up with some really quick items to put together for everybody on your list. And I think part of the fun is looking at the themes, because like if you know people, your friends, family members, your teachers, that sort of thing, think of a theme that they like or they enjoy, and then just slide a little trinket on a chain and you're good to go. So some of these beautiful pieces I had over here were the metal charms. Now we have a lot of really great metal charms, and some of them are sterling silver, some of them are Hill Tribe. I had a couple in there that are a gold finish, the antique gold finish right now, which is kind of a romantic look, which is really nice, like the lady on the moon. I thought that was kind of whimsical. And the heart pendant, which I normally fill with epoxy clay and chatons, it looks gorgeous just empty, doesn't it?
Yes, the details are so beautiful.
Right. I think that abstract little swirly thing in there is really kind of fun. So, and then we have any yoga teachers or massage therapists, we have the Buddha there for you. So we've covered everything. And I really like this dragon because I think there are a lot of folks out there that are into the fantasy things right now. And those dragons make great keychains or bookmarks for reading the books on fantasy. So that's another real fun topic. And then my personal favorite is the coffee cup. The Green Girls, they have fabulous charms, if you ask me. And that coffee cup is just, who doesn't like coffee, right? Well, we're in Seattle, it's a little biased here, but. And, ocean themes with the sand dollar, and again, the flower. And we have a guardian angel here. And some of the Green Girl charms, if you flip them over on the back, they have words.
Yes.
And so it says guardian angel on the back there. And so it's really nice because they're double whammy. Pretty on the front and then a meaningful word on the back. So I always think those are great gifts to give. I love the Swarovski pendants, of course. And they're so easy to make into a focal piece that they're just outstanding. I added a couple of pinch bails just to one of the beautiful discs that we have here, or you can add the pinch bail to the butterflies. Hang it on a chain, call it good to go. And so we have some really nice pinch bails that make it very quick and easy.
Yes, that's a great idea.
I think people don't realize, especially with the, some of the Swarovski pendants are big and thick, and they don't know what to do with it because it's not really a bead. They're actually a pendant, so there's a hole up there to do something with. It's perfect for the pinch bail. So just pinch tightly and good to go. Then we have some more organic looking, beautiful pendants. These little acorns I thought were so cute for fall or for any time really, but just a nice fall theme. And then the acorns along with the really pretty ceramic pendants next to them. Great for guys. Because I look at those and you go, you know what? Just hang them on a chain or a piece of leather cord or turn them into a keychain and your fellows are good to go. So they're always the hardest to get anything for at Christmas, is it?
Yeah, it's very difficult.
Yeah, so I thought those are really great ideas to just put on a chain, and I have some examples here then of how you just slide either, like right here is a really nice simple little sterling chain, goes right through the charm, right through this cute little mermaid here. And then up here we have just a leather cord, and again it slides through and it's simple, and I wanted it black just so that it really pops the silver, but of course you could add any color cording because we have a lot of finished necklaces that are different colors. Some are neon pink and as crazy as you want to get. Slide them through, and then the acorn I put, to add a little texture, put it on a beautiful ribbon. And the ribbons are great because you can tie them behind your neck to any length, so you can adjust it easily. And then over to your right is a really pretty piece. You made this piece, Cynthia.
Yeah, and the same, I wanted something very simple, and I think the navet shape from Swarovski is so easy, so beautiful, so classic.
Very classic and elegant.
Yes.
Goes with everything, doesn't it?
Everything.
And that's quite a piece. It's such a stunner.
Exactly.
So, and again, you just did your
just on a chain.
Your pinch bail on a chain. Oh, wonderful. Great.
Easy.
So these are some quick tips for you guys to get going for your last minute holiday gifts. Okay, Cynthia, it's time for our Q&A, and we have Laura from Toledo. She asks, what's the difference between head pin and eye pin gauges?
Yes.
Good question, huh?
It is a great question because they are different gauges and they have different purposes. So head pins and eye pins came in different gauges, and some of my favorites are from 20 and 26. And you have to remember that the bigger the number, the thinner is the head pin or the eye pin.
Okay.
So now let's talk about the purpose. So I put here some, I have some head pins and eye pins. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see on the video the difference of the gauges, but I have some examples. So this is a 24 gauge, and I use a 24 gauge on this necklace, especially for the pearls.
Ah.
So the freshwater pearls have very, very small
Yes.
holes, and you need something that will be able to go through. So that's why you use a very thin gauge.
And I also noticed you wire wrapped on the pearls.
Yes.
And it's easier with the thinner gauge, isn't it, to
It
wire
is.
wrap?
It is. So this is for a thinner gauge. And then here we have a 22 and a 20. And this I use for a pendant. When your pendant is heavy, don't use a 24. It's way too thin. You want something stronger. And that can hold also your pendant.
Great.
So on this one I use the 22, but you
Mhm.
can go also up to 20. And then also when you make something with a chain, this is a pretty heavy necklaces, and the eye pin that I use is a 22. I didn't use a 26 because the shape won't hold, and
Oh,
it will
good
be
to know.
too thin for the necklace.
So if something's pulling, if you've got heavy things, it will pull on the thinner gauge wire. So you
Yes.
want to bulk it up.
Yes.
Got it.
So a good way to think about it is if you have something really small like a freshwater pearl, use a thinner gauge.
Mhm.
And if you have something heavy, then go to a heavier gauge. And the most common gauge that people use is 22.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty easy. And one last little tip that I want to show is how I store my head pins and eye pins.
Look at that. That's
I've-
great.
I find these little containers in the cooking place, for your spices.
Sure.
And I just put my eye pin in here and my head pins, and then I even write here on the lid my gauges. Like that, I know exactly
That's
which one
perfect.
is which one.
And you might add if it's sterling or not because they can look the same and you
Sure.
don't know.
Yes,
That's a great idea and they don't get bent.
exactly.
Oh, I
Yes.
love that.
Especially when you have a 26, they can bend very
Sure.
easily.
Oh, thanks, Cynthia. That was really
You're
great.
welcome.
Thank you for joining us here at Art Beats Cafe. Don't miss a single episode, so sign up for our newsletter and you will be sure to find out about every Art Beats Cafe when we have a new one launch. Let us know if you have any questions or if you have anything that you want us to talk about on Art Beats Cafe. Let us know at artbeats.com, and happy beating! La da 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 da. La ba ba da cha, la ba ba da cha. La da 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 da. Cha cha cha.
Okay, did it catch my auto adjust here? Well, I'm gonna crank it up anyway.